can also imagine maybe John Wayne as Macbeth going, well, is this a dagger I see before me?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best impressions in movies.
Hey, on these shoes. Did you puke on my shoes?
Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Hello, pretty lady. Anybody want a peanut?
For this list, we're looking at film scenes in which actors pulled off highly impressive and entertaining celebrity impersonations. Which imitation left the biggest impression on you? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Eddie Murphy does James Brown, another 48 hours. Given his arsenal of impressions, it's no surprise Eddie Murphy went on to incorporate some in his big screen outings. And with Murphy's take on James Brown serving as perhaps his most crowd-pleasing, thanks to a wonderfully weird Saturday Night Live skit involving a hot tub, it's fitting the actor chose to send up the Godfather of Soul in the sequel to 48 Hours.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I say hot tub!
While leaving lockup in a prison bus, Murphy's Reggie Hammond is shown listening and singing loudly to Brown's I Got the Feeling.
Well, and I got the feeling. Hey, well,
It's an entertaining moment in its own right, but the fact that our protagonist is so oblivious to the impending trouble ahead makes it that much funnier. Number 9, Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon do Michael Caine, The Trip. What happens when you enlist two comedic actors, both revered for their celebrity impressions, and have them play fictionalized versions of themselves on a restaurant tour of northern England? Why, you get The Trip. And some really great on-screen impersonations, of course.
Anthony Hopkins. I want a room with a view. I want to see a tree.
I think anyone over 40 who amuses themselves by doing impressions needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror.
Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon showcase an abundance of imitations in this BBC series turned film, including the likes of Sean Connery, Liam Neeson, and Woody Allen.
I'll have a vodka martini, shaken but not stirred. I'll have a vodka martini, shaken not stirred.
But it's the duo's back and forth battle over how a proper Michael Caine impression should be done that takes the cake.
Right, so, Michael Caine's voice now, in the Batman movies and in Harry Brown. I can't go fast because Michael Caine talks very, very slowly.
Arguing the accuracies of where Caine's voice comes from, the pair's expertly nuanced cadences make the clear winner of this fight the audience.
When it gets loudly, it gets very loud indeed. It gets very specific. It's not quite nasal enough the way you're doing it, all right? You're not doing it the way he speaks.
Number 8, Dana Carvey does Al Pacino, The Master of Disguise. A film titled The Master of Disguise, starring a master of impressions, is naturally going to be littered with impersonations galore. And sure enough, Dana Carvey's titular character manages to slip his way in and out of a plethora of masquerades over the course of the film. One of these is a man named Mr. Peru, but he's clearly meant to be Al Pacino's Tony Montana, Scarface himself.
Hello to my little friend.
The scene sees Peru cause a distraction at a party where, among other things, he hassles a waiter and displays acrobatic feats while dancing the conga.
Come on, shake your body, baby, pull that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it, you better do that conga.
Polarizing as the movie may be, one would be hard-pressed to dismiss Carvey's transformative talents here. Hoo-yah! Number 7, Michael Winslow does Bruce Lee, Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment. Thanks to some remarkable vocal abilities, actor Michael Winslow more than earned the moniker the Man of 10,000 Sound Effects. And rarely did his talents make a bigger impression than in the Police Academy film series, where, as Officer Larvell Jones, Winslow uses his audible imitation skills to deceive criminals. A particularly memorable example occurs in the comedy franchise's second go-around, where Jones fights off a couple of crooks by impersonating the legendary Bruce Lee.
He thinks he's Bruce Lee. You want to bet?
Not only copying Lee's movements, the actor uses his magical mouth to replicate the signature sound effects and questionable dubbing found in martial arts movies of the time.
Daniel! Wanna fight, huh? Fight me! Yeah!
talk about an impression with some kick. Number 6. Paul Rudd does Robert De Niro, Knocked Up. Sometimes the best impressions are the most unexpected. This was definitely the case with Paul Rudd's mimicking of Robert De Niro in the hit comedy Knocked Up. On a double date, Rudd's character takes part in a random discussion about having water break on Robert De Niro's shoes.
My shoes! Hey, there's all this baby goo on it.
And while Seth Rogen provides a rather bland impression of the actor, Rudd follows it up with a shockingly flawless one.
These shoes? Hey, on these shoes? Did you puke on my shoes?
Did your water break
Did you puke on my shoes?
Hey.
This isn't the only time a De Niro impression served as a scene stealer. Zac Efron, Dave Franco, and others put forth their best efforts as the Oscar winner in the film Neighbors. Yep, the Robert De Niro impression equals the comedy gift that keeps on giving.
Hey, you're upsetting Jinxie Cat.
Just stop doing this stupid shit. We're sorry.
Hey, when you called the cops, you violated the circle of trust, fucker.
We're sorry. We called the cops, okay?
Are you talking to me?
Number 5. Bill Hader does Jabba the Hutt, It, Chapter 2. What better way to improve on some lighthearted ribbing than to turn it into a full-blown impression? It Chapter 2 proved to be a surprisingly funny horror sequel, and this moment is an undeniable highlight. Early in the film, we see the Losers Club reunite over dinner at a Chinese restaurant. It's here that Richie, played by the multi-talented Bill Hader, begins to playfully poke fun at his childhood pal Eddie. This leads to a quip about marrying Eddie's rotund mother.
Yeah, no, me and your mom are very, very happy right now.
Richie tops it off with a pitch-perfect impression of Star Wars baddie Jabba the Hutt.
Sometimes she'll put her arm around me and she'll whisper to me, she'll go,
We
all get it.
The gleeful reaction from Hader's co-stars seemed fairly genuine, and audiences couldn't help but laugh along with them. The impression was that good. Number 4. Jim Carrey does William Shatner, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Much like the first installment, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls utilizes stars Jim Carrey's physical gifts to deliver a variety of spoofs and parodies, including a memorable opening send-up to the film Cliffhanger.
Do not fret, my little woodland friend, for your life is in the hands of Ace Ventura.
But it's in a takeoff of the Twilight Zone's infamous Nightmare at 20,000 Feet that sees Carrey's imitation abilities shine brightest.
There's a man out there.
What? Look, he's crawling on...
And so, just as the 1963 William Shatner starring episode went, Jim's Ace Ventura plays up seeing a horrifying creature on the wing of his plane, one that only he notices.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
The comedian's Shatner impersonation is comically over the top here, only adding to the wonderful Carrey-infused outrageousness. Number 3. Robin Williams does Barbra Streisand, Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams has many uproarious performances to his name. One of his most celebrated showcases, however, comes as a divorced dad who imitates a female housekeeper in order to spend quality time with his kids.
Hello, I'm calling in regards to the ad I read in the paper.
The film is, of course, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Williams is at his gut-busting best here, providing a large helping of improvised impressions along the way.
Oh, it was such a shanda. I should never buy Gribbinus from a moil. It's so chewy.
And while his character, also a freelance voice actor, famously references all the voices he can do, it's his unexpected breakout into song as Barbra Streisand that will give your abs the biggest workout.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
In the midst of choosing his new look, Williams is given the Babs ensemble, one that the comedian takes full advantage of with a brief rendition of Don't Rain on My Parade.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Number 2, Jim Carrey does Clint Eastwood, The Mask.
Spoken!
Was there ever a film more tailor-made for an actor than The Mask was for Jim Carrey? At the height of his career, this mega blockbuster saw Carrey play a meek bank clerk who transforms into a manic, super-powered anti-hero. Naturally, Jim went all out with a skillfully cartoonish performance, incorporating plenty of pulp culture send-ups, one of which being the comedian's long-standing Clint Eastwood impression.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
It's near the end of the film that the mask brings out Eastwood's classic line from Dirty Harry, right before bringing out some rather big guns.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punks?
Carrey also dusted off the impersonation of the grizzled actor in Bruce Almighty, this time as a sign from God. Well, it is a heavenly impression after all.
Be careful what you wish for, punk.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Jason Segel does André the Giant. I love you, man.
Took André the Giant a barrel of beer to get drunk, sometimes two.
Hello, pretty lady. Anybody want a peanut?
Regina King does Tina Turner, Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. Bill Murray does Richard Burton, Scrooged.
I am all kinds of nobody you can coming on me for me. All those you get over for me. Listen here, you know, the rain by 4 night fall of cheer.
Want more Mojo? Ms. Mojo produces original, high-quality pop culture-related videos on all your favorite movies and shows. Plus, celebrity news, fashion, lifestyle, and more.
Hey guys, it's Phoebe with Ms. Mojo.
My name is Sam.
My name is Eliza. And I'm Emily. I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Ms. Mojo.
If you want videos on all the best reality shows, teen dramas, Disney movies, and sitcoms, be sure to check out Ms. Mojo for new videos every day.
Number 1, Robin Williams does Jack Nicholson, and many others, Aladdin. Robin Williams not only brought the laughter in live-action films, but he also changed the game for animation voice acting. Essentially a living cartoon character himself, it's little wonder the actor-comedian proved a match made in heaven for Aladdin's genie.
Hello, Aladdin. Nice to have you on the show. Can we call you Al, or maybe just Din? Or how about Laddie? Sounds like, here, boy.
As the big blue guy, Williams got to sing, ad-lib, and of course, provide madcap impressions.
Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me.
And while the funny man seamlessly transitioned between impersonations of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rodney Dangerfield, Groucho Marx, and many others, it's perhaps Genie's transformation into Jack Nicholson that is remembered most fondly. With the animated character taking on Nicholson's appearance, Williams nails his distinct speech pattern, giving way to one very memorable motion picture impression.
All right, Sparky, here's the deal. If you want to court the little lady, you gotta be a straight shooter. Do you got it?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.